All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Now the veteran kicker, Phil Dawson, ready to get us started. These folks are ready, and we are underway. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And his first look is incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's got his man. That's Fountain. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. There you go. We go. You see it? You see it? We're down. We're down. Sit up. 180.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Let's go. Let's go.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Bradford now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Akeem Hicks able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a second down throw for Bradford. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety. Able to make the play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. And Dawson missed it. He missed it. No good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Chicago Bears offense, they make their way back out. Let's talk about the receiving core. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, this group might be pretty good. Allen Robinson, who came over from Jacksonville, he's back and looking sharp.
And not only that, how about Kevin White, the former first-round draft pick who's had nothing but bad luck along the way with injuries? Finally scored his first NFL touchdown. That's regular season or preseason in their last game against Kansas City. So that's a feel-good story right there. And you want another one? Javon Wims.
Oh, yeah.
The 7th-round wide receiver out of Georgia leads the NFL in receiving yards, although he does get an extra game, right, because they did play the Hall of Fame game. So he got an extra week to get it done.
Still, he's looked good. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
You see it?
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more.
It's caught at the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 53 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard 3rd. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he puts it through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Leopard! Leopard! Watch left. Stop right there.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's got Fitzgerald. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. But with the incompletion there, gives us time to hit on the retirement, Charles, of Eric Decker. Of course, played for the Broncos, Jets, and Titans, was with the Patriots this preseason, but now he's going to step aside.
I think he had a fantastic career because look at it this way. Getting 1,000 yards in one season for a receiver, that's a career for most people. He did it 3 times. Best year in Denver in 2013, 87 catches, almost 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns. Congratulations on a wonderful career, Eric Decker.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
18.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Marcus Golden in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. They go play action. It's Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Jonathan Bullard in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now a handoff running off tackle right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now The punter gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Let's go. Run the ball after this.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Let's go, let's go.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. On first down, they run the power. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. Run the ball after this.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Space to maneuver at the 40. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As we inch closer to the regular season, I'm just peering down at some of the preseason records. Right now, Ravens 4-0, Bengals, Panthers, Cardinals, all 3-0. I guess my question is, what stock do you put in these preseason records?
Well, the easy answer is nothing because the preseason doesn't really matter. But some organizations do put more stock in it than others. Some of them want to win every preseason game. Others don't worry about that at all. Intel has told me that only one team has won the Super Bowl after going 0-4 in the preseason, and that was in a strike year, I believe, when Washington did it. So for the most part, you just don't want to go winless in the preseason. But remember this, the Browns and the Lions both went 4-0 preseasons, then they went 0-16 in the regular season.
Speaking of winless teams, Eagles and Falcons both winless right now, could be Super Bowl contenders.
I still think that they're going to be, whether they go winless or not.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flush to his right. Finding Gabriel, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on, gotta go.
Now Trubisky on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On second down, Trubisky. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job, because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Leopard!
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen finding some room at midfield. Caught by Nelson. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
That's it, baby. Gun! Detroit! All right, here we go.
On second down, Rosen. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Aaron Lynch in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Again, it's Howard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bears on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. Trubisky now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Flushed out right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Anthony Miller from 3 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical is one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone!
On play action, Rosen. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Trubisky. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Again to Howard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. This is Howard on second down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Throwing here, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Chandler Jones coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a handoff. Johnson. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again. Jonathan Bullard in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Gets it to Bryce Butler, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. And it is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Oh, and now he throws him over. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So out now come the Cardinals. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Rosen on 1st and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cardinals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Over the middle, complete. That's Logan. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now Rosen on first down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Logan. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Rosen to throw again. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in from a yard out, and the Cardinals cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.